Hello everyone and welcome back to another True Unscripted Puro video. Today we have another episode of the Rising Sun Renaissance. As today we have night 13 of the G1 Climax. If you missed last episode, you missed night 12, which was A block action. Tonight it is solely B block action. Your block matches for tonight, you have Shota Umino taking on Gabe Kidd, Yuya Uemura taking on HENARE, Drilla Malini taking on Sax Hipper Jr., Aaron Wolf taking on HENARE, and Callum Newman taking on Oscar. But before we can get into the show, we have to prepare. So, tonight we are going Kainto, and we're going to the Yokohama Budokan. Select venue, locker room incidents, that's a spoiler. Shota Umino came to backstage with an idea for enhancing his character. Head mentioner Juji Hirata ran pre-show training drills to work on basics and safety for 9 students. The word backstage is that Yo and Zane J have been getting on particularly well recently. Okay. Yuji Nagata has been passing on tips on selling to his protege Gredo Khan. Yuji Nagata has been passing on tips on using psychology to his protege Aaron Wolf. Yuji Nagata has been passing on tips on selling to his protege Tatsuya Matsumoto. And that is all. Let's team bond. And the relationship between Kojima and Newman has worsened. Okay. Absent workers, Jake Boston Young. I'm going to get on to pre-booking night 13 of the G1 Climax. And I'll be right back. And on to night 13 of the G1 Climax. We start the show off with Hiroya Ariwara and Yoshikazu Komori defeating Kokan Tajibana and Marcel Schneider in an abysmal pre-show match when Komori pinned Schneider following a fantasy spike. 25 rating. Komori carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Oh my lord. Ariwara is getting better at his young lion gimmick somehow. And as you can see, we've added a new person to commentary, so glad that everyone has good chemistry on commentary, because now I don't need to remove anyone. But on to your main card. In your opening contest, Sonata and Dick Togo defeats Konosuke Takeshita and Tyson Nakahara in a decent match when Dick Togo pinned Tyson Nakahara. 70 rating, love to see it. Takeshita was head and shoulders above everyone else, doing an 80. Nakahara was the weak link, doing a 28. Then, in your next match, Bishamon defeats Oleg Bolin and Tatsuya Matsumoto in a decent match. Hiroki Goto was head and shoulders above everyone else, doing a 69. Matsumoto was the weak link, doing a 23. 64 overall rating, love to see it. Afterwards, in your next match, Riway Oiwa and Harley Jackson defeats Jake Lee and Francesco Akira in a decent match. Jake Lee sustains a broken jaw. Dude. United Empire is cursed. Oh my god. Okay. I'm hoping he's not out for the rest of the tournament. I'm gonna be pissed. But in your next match, Yota Tsuji and Taiji Ishimori defeat Gredo Khan and Saint J in a decent match when Taiji Ishimori pinned Saint J. Taiji Ishimori was really off his game. Yota Tsuji was head and shoulders above everyone else, doing a 71. Saint J was the weak link, doing a 32. 68 rating, not too bad. Afterwards, in your last preliminary tag match of the evening, Shingo Takagi and Shun Skywalker defeat Yuto Ice and Daiki Nagai in a decent match. Daiki Nagai was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance, doing a 47. Shun Skywalker seemed off his game here. Also, something I found out in between episodes, I accidentally made Yuto Ice a major star. I'm hoping this loss didn't ruin it, but yeah, he's accidentally a major star. So he's one of the top wrestlers in New Japan. But yeah. Oh well. But onto your block matches for the night. Starting off with Oscar defeating Callum Newman in a decent match. Callum Newman seemed off his game. And that means that the first person to be mathematically eliminated from B Block, Callum Newman. He is the first person with 5 losses. And while Oscar is still on the brink of elimination with only 6 points, he's still alive. He still has a chance. But in your next match, Aaron Wolf defeats Ren Narita in a decent wild brawl. Aaron Wolf lives to see another day as he gets 6 points on the board. Afterwards, in your next match, Drilla Maloney defeats Zack Sabre Jr. in a decent match. Both men now with 6 points on the brink of elimination. Hate to see it. Then, in your co-main event, Yuya Uemura defeats HENARE in a decent match. Yuya now with 6 points, still at the top of the block. HENARE now on the brink of elimination. Hate to see it, but your main event, a New Japan Soul Night 6 rematch. Gabe Kidd defeats Shota Umino, getting his win back from New Japan Soul Night 6. Good heat, decent wrestling, 75 rating. And after the match, Gabe Kidd spends no time celebrating and goes to the outside of the ring, grabbing Umino's IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship before Gabe Kidd goes back into the ring and steps on Umino before raising the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship high into the air, posing for the cameras. Kidd then throws the title onto Umino's chest and spits on the title before exiting the ring, flipping off the Yokohama fans as the show fades to black. And we finish the show with a 74 rating. Love to see it. Finish the show. Injury review. Please don't be out of action. Please don't be out of action. Please don't be out of action. Yes! He can work through it. We don't have to cancel all of our plans for the next 6 months. Financial report, just under 60K. And we finished the show. So, B Block standings. In first place with 12 points, you have Yuya Uemura. He is basically qualified for the playoffs. Then, tied in second place, all with 8 points, you have Ren Narita, Gabe Kidd, and Shota Umino. One more win for each of them, and 2 of them will go to the playoffs. Then, on the brink of elimination, tied in 5th place, you have Drilla Maloney, Zack Sabre Jr., HENARE, Aaron Wolf, and Oscar. Then, at the bottom of the block, mathematically eliminated with 4 points, you have Callum Newman. Next episode, you have Night 14 of the G1 Climax, and those matches, A-block matches, will be Shingo Takagi taking on Yuto Ice, Yota Tsuji taking on Great Khan, Ryuhei Oiwa taking on Jake Lee, Hiroki Goto taking on Oleg Bullen, and Konosuke Takeshita taking on Sonata. That's gonna do it for today's episode of the Rising Sun Renaissance. I've been True Unscripted Puro, and I'll see you all next time.